Welcome to our retirement, folks. Okay, folks, well, there were two prints, a print and an original on here, and I've submitted them to the corridor gallery. Got them framed, got them properly framed, so tidied them up and taken them down there. And I've replaced them. I had a couple of spare frames in the bedroom at home, and this one fits it, which is that's an original pen drawing of Staith's. That fits that frame. And this is this is a print of Gilfack Nature Reserve in Wales. And that fits in that frame there. So, they look all right. Yeah. What do you think? Yeah, you would. Hi, folks.
Hiya. We're just talking about, we've been watching City Van Life, and he's got a dog called Cruiser, and at this particular time he's Chrome is taking everything out of his old van and gonna sell it because he's personalised it a lot. And Cruiser dog seems to be wanting to stay on bed in there. And I said maybe he's feeling a bit rejected, you know, that you're getting rid of his van. He says, oh, you know what he's thinking, did he? Trevor says to me, I said, I'd be wealthy if I did. Oh dear. He just seems a bit sullen at the moment, doesn't he? The dog.
Well, I don't know whether that's
me imagining it.
Yeah. Or whether that is you being very perceptive about the dog.
Right.
Which, I can imagine that.
And that's when I said, well, I'd be wealthy if
you knew
I knew what animals were thinking.
Yeah, you would.
People would be wanting to know, wouldn't they?
You often wonder what goes on in animals' minds, don't
even
you?
Ernie in there, I often wonder what he's doing, what he's trying to tell me. If I...
Yes, it is. It's just when you think about the whole of creation, the whole of the world and nature, that it obviously has a way of communicating with one another, like birds, and they don't have a language, but of sorts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at baby birds, and they instinctively know, don't they?
Oh,
they know things that
built in.
Mother birds haven't told them yet.
But there's a great big void between them and us, because we don't know what's going on in them.
No.
Clever as we are, we don't know.
Like, we were stood outside other day and swans came up and they still had all the babies, all 7 of them.
Which is unusual.
Very unusual. And there were some canoers coming by on they were trying to keep it as far away from swans as they could, right over other side. And one of them shouted over, that blooming swan put an hole in my canoe, pecked an hole in it. Obviously thought that it were
a threat.
some kind of threat.
Yeah.
So he were keeping out of way of them.
Yeah.
He said, I don't want it attacking me.
That just shows you how powerful they are.
Yeah.
They can do that.
It went through a...
Punctured his canoe.
Yeah, what are they made out of?
Fiberglass.
Fiberglass or something like that. Yeah.
Or plastic or
The
something.
beaks must be really strong to do that.
Yeah.
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 I thought that were very unusual. So I don't know whether there's not been as many predators about, or just this couple of swans are really
Good parents.
good parents that they're managing to keep hold of all the
Well, I noticed when they come
babies.
swimming up other day, there were one in front and one behind, and all little ones were in between.
Yeah.
Which, that's obviously well thought out.
Protection.
Because it's the last one that's going to get gobbled up, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Because we have got mink on canal.
Have you ever seen one?
Well, somebody took a video of one, and it came on, because there's a Rodley community site, and they put things up, don't they? And someone must have taken this. It was down at the other bridge where the campus go, and there's a little wall that runs along far side, away from footpath. And it were on this little wall running along it, under the bridge, black it was.
Wow.
So, and Terry said he's seen a monk canal on the other side. So they're obviously about, aren't they?
Yeah.
They probably were released from Sandos.
Oh, do you think they are?
I don't know.
Tested?
I don't know. No idea.
Sandos is a pharmaceutical works, massive place.
Yeah. Well, they built a whole estate where Sandos was.
Massive housing estate now.
Aren't they?
There now. Yeah.
Yeah. So whether they had a few and they've got escaped, I don't know.
In fact, Moxiclav, which I'm allergic to, that's an antibiotic that I can't take.
Yeah.
Well, made by Sandoz, yeah.
Don't know where they've gone now, but they moved from there. Excuse me.
They had to decontaminate all the ground, didn't they? Before they could even...
I do believe so.
Took years and years and years. What a heck of a project.
Yeah. Sandos were there when we were first
in the
arrived.
70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
And then, what about 6 years ago, they built this big housing estate.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Well,
That's 6.
well, we were... They had an open house, didn't they? And we went with Tracy and David to have a look at them. Weren't they 500 grand? $500,000.
These houses, they were beautiful though.
They were nice, weren't
Just the ones on the road, and then as you got further into estate, they were...
I think we were still
smaller.
in Waddingham then, though.
Brig.
What were we in Brig?
I think, yeah, Brig.
Right. It was a fair while ago.
Yeah, yeah.
It was 10 years or more.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was. But, I mean, they were lovely, and they had, I think they had about... The ones on the roadside where the ones that we were looking at that were open house, I think they had 5 bedrooms, didn't they? Oh,
yeah, they were.
And they were big bedrooms,
big.
they weren't small.
Can you imagine how much they are now?
Oh, I know. Wow. Yeah. Oh, they were beautiful though. They were beautiful.
Mind you, you didn't really know whether you were getting the kitchen in with that.
All right.
You know what I mean?
The units, you mean?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I had to pin them down as to what actually.
You got
You
with
just
it.
assumed that what you were looking at,
Yeah.
you were going to get for your money. But I don't think you were.
They were like the kitchen, and then there were a separate dining room, and then sort of at the other end of the kitchen was like a sitting area, which I presume they have for children, you know, when they're watching, so they can keep their eye on them. And then there were a formal front room and a toilet under stairs. Remember that?
In fact, Oh, years ago.
Yeah. Well, I thought they were so beautiful. And I mean, each, I think, nearly all bedrooms had en suites. Which I thought
Very
were good.
nice. Anyway, so yesterday, Pat stayed here. She didn't come with me yesterday.
No, I didn't.
She thought, oh, I'm going to stay behind and get some of my jobs done.
Yeah. I've been
in
neglecting them. But Lethea's been taking on the vacuuming because Emily's been coming over, so she's wanted it tidy and doing downstairs bathroom. But I noticed kitchen floor had a few marks on it that needed wiping up, so I thought I'll sweep and then clean the floor in here.
Did the ironing? Did
Yeah.
cooked an absolutely amazing spaghetti bolognese.
They were saying that we should be videoing
I
it,
know I should have videoed it.
but you want here.
I wasn't here when you were making it.
No,
I should have videoed me eating it. Oh, it was gorgeous.
he said it was one of the best he'd had.
Best you've made.
Yeah.
Really was.
And now we're a bit concerned about it because it's ages since I've made one, isn't it?
You said, because she was talking about the book that we got this really old book. I think it's Recipes of the World or something.
Yeah.
I was telling, we were thinking back to when we'd come out of the army, and we bought that little house in Armley, and little back to back, and I got to know these students that were at art college. I were on long distance, and I got
Melvin were one of them.
Yeah, Melvin was one of the students. They all lived in a commune thing, you know, right, horrible place.
Mushrooms growing in the kitchen.
But at that time, I don't think I'd ever heard of spaghetti bolognese, and I remember visiting them one day, and one of the girls that lived in
there.
Yeah, in fact, I don't even know, because there's a house in Armley, still there. It's called Utopia, and it was that house actually.
Was it that one and not the one in the street?
Yeah, it wasn't at Laurel Grove.
Oh, right.
It was at Utopia.
Right.
And where that I was at, and Terry was cooking a spaghetti bolognese, and I'd never heard of spaghetti bolognese.
It was Terry, not Claire.
Sorry, Claire.
Right.
Yeah, she was.
Claire.
She was cooking. Claire. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was cooking spaghetti bolognese, and I had some. It was really nice. I always remember she cut bacon up into it and all.
Yeah, well, I used to.
Yeah.
When we first
Yeah.
did it.
And we bought that World Cookery book at that time. I'm talking about 1971. We still got it. And
So
you
there,
use that recipe.
Yeah.
That's
Fall into bits.
Yeah, to make that spaghetti bolognese last night, and it was really nice. She said the only thing that wasn't in it was celery.
Yeah, well, we did used to put bacon in, but then I stopped doing it because we started, instead of using mince for it, we started using corn. And it's no good putting bacon in with corn, is it?
Oh, no.
For a vegetarian.
No.
So I stopped putting bacon in.
Yeah.
And I haven't put it back in since.
Yeah, but last night's was made with mince.
It was made with
proper
mince.
Oily.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Lovely. Yeah, it really was. I mean, I do like food, but that I don't usually praise my own if I can. But that was good. It was. Yeah. And Tracy came home because I'd done hers separate. Hers were a corn one. And she said, "Oh, this is nice, Mum. This is nice." I think it's because I haven't done it for a long time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we've been going,
Yeah,
been out too much, haven't we?
yeah.
So
Because it's not the actual cooking of it. It doesn't take that long to make. It's the preparing
all
of the veg
ingredients.
and getting it ready, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cooking it. Yeah.
And I'd submitted 2 drawings for this art in the corridor at the gallery, and they accepted them. So I got them, spent quite a bit of time
Doing that.
taking frames to bits and cleaning out glass and taping it all, getting them all ready so that they were presentable. And I took them down there. And she said to me, do you have any cards? I said, no, I've been thinking of getting some printed. Why? She says, well, you could bring a couple of your cards down. Why? I said. She says, well, to sell them. I said, you sell business cards? She says, no, greetings cards. Oh, greetings cards. I said, oh, actually, I do have a couple. So she says, well, bring us some. We'll put them. We have a place where we put them for sale.
I'll tell
Josie.
No, Jessie. That, because she's got
She's
loads.
got a load. She's got loads of them.
I'm sure they'd be.
And she said they never sold.
Yeah, I'm sure. Maybe she wanted more than. Because do they charge
They only, I think, £3.50 or something.
a card?
Yeah.
Which
I'm
isn't
asking
a lot, but it's
£4.
better than being stuck in a drawer, isn't it? Which is what she's doing at the moment.
Yeah. I haven't got many. The one when I were on Fine Art America, I got some.
We'll have to see if we can have some different ones printed.
Yeah. He'll Andy. He'll be saying, I'll do you some, Trevor. I don't know whether he does greetings cards, stuff like that.
No, maybe not. We'll investigate though.
Yeah.
And some business cards, because people have got them. They've got them at ends of the little...
I've never thought about
business cards.
No. I mean, you know, when we had the
piano workshop,
we had letterheads, business cards. We had all sign written, van and everything.
We had everything, didn't we?
Didn't we? But
we either invented things to help us.
Oh, we did.
And mechanic in village used to make them up for you, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, were great. Yeah, he did quite a bit of things for us.
Did David. Yeah, well, good.
Yeah, so I think today we're gonna. I've got a drawing in a frame which is all mucky and wants cleaning up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that out and do that, and I think we're gonna go and get a percolator.
A new one for here.
Yeah, a new one for here, and take this one
with us
and put it in the studio.
You won't be able to move in that kitchen. We've got a new microwave, a new kettle, all on top.
New fridge.
New fridge. New bin.
It's all from home.
Yeah, all we need is a couple of comfy chairs or some dining chairs, isn't it?
I was talking to Mike and Jane. They were working outside.
Oh, mother.
Because it were really hot in studio yesterday.
Right.
And what were I going to say? You reminded me.
You were talking to them about, we were on about kitchen. I said we'd got new things in kitchen and we could do with a couple of dining chairs or...
I was talking about sleeping, that all we need is cot beds in there and they could keep it in place. And I said, but would you dare do it? And Mike says, well, I worked late a couple of nights in there, and it was spooky. And I said, well, I bet a few folk over years have had their arms or their heads chopped off in them weaving machines. You always get accidents in them.
Oh, yeah. Your mum used to say, didn't
So
she?
I won't be surprised. And we got talking about haunted things.
No.
I got talking about Belsen when I was out in Germany, about lads daring us to sleep overnight in Belsen. Because we were stationed right next to Belsen in the 60s.
I think that's where they took out people who were being locked up in Belsen, didn't they, to recuperate?
In our camp.
In your camp.
Yeah, they used it as an hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's it. So we better sign off, folks.
Aye.
Any messages?
Don't know.
Apparently, according to the tracking code, Debbie, your parcel has left the UK.
Just left the UK this morning, I think.
Elvis is out of the room.
Yeah.
Has left the room.
Aye.
All right. See you tomorrow, all being well. Mind you, it's Saturday tomorrow, isn't it?
Oh, you know, days, they just go by, don't they?
Well, they do have a habit of doing that.
Yeah, I know, but you're at beginning at week and then, you know, sooner at end again. And it's another
I bet our
weekend.
Tracy don't think that.
No.
Yeah.
Having to go out to work.
Yeah, I can remember. Mind you, I never felt like that when I was tuning out. I never felt.
No, you didn't, did you? You always said it's not like work.
No.
It's like going to visit a
It
friend.
won't like work at all. Well, all them years of piano tuning.
You got to know everybody, didn't you? And the children, and they grew up. I mean, and it's a shock when you've known them when they've been about 6 or 7, and then they've come home from whatever they're doing, and they're in the 20s.
I was once on Lincoln High Street, and this woman copper, came up to me, and I thought, hey, what have I done now? And it was a little girl that I had tuned the piano for. That makes you feel old, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, she was about 6 when I started tuning her piano.
Yeah. She'd have been in her 20s then, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
Joint police.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, one of your customers, her son, were into, he went to university, didn't he?
He went to Oxford.
It was to do with eyes,
Yeah, he
wasn't
was
it?
headhunted by a company that were trying to invent an artificial eye. I haven't heard naught about that, but he went to this company from Oxford to work on this artificial eye. Yeah.
Some of them got some really good jobs, didn't they? You wonder how they do it.
I know. Yeah, it's amazing, really. These kids that I tuned for, where they finished up going, what they finished up doing.
Was that the one where I polished the staircase for him? French polished it in Brig, round back. Was it her son?
No.
I know she had a daughter, didn't she?
No, I know who you're talking about. Don't know what happened to her. We had a customer, and the 2 girls finished up at Cheatham's in Manchester.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
Which is a music, one of these specialised music colleges.
Yeah, they lived in that pretty little place, didn't they?
The lady with the son that went to Oxford to do that, she Toft next Newton.
Oh, what a name.
Toft next Newton.
Yeah.
She lived in.
Toft next Newton.
Yeah, about 10 houses in it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, What, Hansard? Yeah, the thing that they have in Parliament.
Yeah.
A book, Hansard. Well, that's, yeah, Mrs. Hansard.
All right.
I always remember her name from that book that they have in Parliament.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had another customer who were a total atheist. She, if I ever mentioned God, she hated it, and her son finished up being a vicar.
No.
Can you believe that?
Yeah. I remember. Yeah. Oh, and she had little what did you call them? Them that Kevin's got.
Yorkies.
Little Yorkies. And one day she came back and I think there were 2 of them missing, weren't there?
And got stolen.
Somebody stole them. Yeah.
Apparently.
Because she had a little flap that they could go out into the back garden, I think.
Yeah, somebody nicked them.
And somebody pinched 2 of them. She never got them back.
No, she
And they
didn't.
were chipped.
Yeah.
And
She went on websites and all.
she was devastated.
Yeah, she was, yeah. She was.
Wasn't she?
Yeah, she was.
I mean, she still, I think she had about 4 of them. 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
She had a few, and they took 2, didn't they?
Yeah.
I don't think she ever got over it.
No. Okay, folks. Bye, everybody.
Bye.